Hey, y'all, welcome in the building. It's Royaire and I, we back. Royaire, you know what, we horrible. We the worst. We the worst. We need to get a consistent schedule.
We had an excuse this week. It was a rough week this week, okay? We were through tragedy, and I had to gather myself before I could come and speak to the people.
Okay.
So we gathered, we are here, and we back. So y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that share button. Share with a text, send a text to a friend, a family member, let them know we live. We talking about Potomac. We a week late, but so what? Let it be, okay? Come through. We got new perspectives and new opinions. Hey, y'all.
Hey. And listen, what we'll probably do, what is it? Tomorrow is, we'll probably go ahead and recap tonight's episode tomorrow so we can kind of get on a nice little schedule.
Yes.
We'll let you know, okay? Because listen, we here to do the thing, but let the people know we in the building. They can always see the replay, but we here because we're gonna recap. And please, like Royaire said, hit the like button on both our channels because we collaborating and doing this thing together. And y'all gotta let us know if y'all like us together. Okay, we have fun together, but we want to hoping that y'all are good with it too. All right. So go ahead, Royaire. Get into this week's episode, which is called Blast from Everyone's Past. It's season 9, y'all. Episode 5. I will say this before you get into it, Royaire, that they giving it to us this season. We getting it. We getting the show.
Yes. So we are picking up back from episode 4. On the last scene of that scene, we were all at the dinner table together. Mia and Karen were going back and forth, having their tiff, along with Jacqueline. And, Jacqueline's throwing Karen under the bus. And, Karen felt some type of way, right? So Mia had to come through and let Karen know, 3 years ago, you gave us a call, boo. We were, had dinner, Kiki, we drinking and having fun. Well, you gave us a call and you said, the girls don't know. They think I'm with Ray, but I'm really not. And Diva, before I can go any further, I am really honestly over this storyline of Ray and Karen being together, not being together. She messing with somebody, she not messing. If Ray ain't got a problem with it, why in the heck do y'all, first of all? Second of all, Mia, who are you to call out anybody for having a side boyfriend, a boyfriend, anything else? Like, who are you? Because you got a husband, you got a baby daddy, you got a boyfriend, and your best friend that you're sleeping with as well. What's going on here? It just really behooves me that, Mia was coming for Karen the way she was, but you got all that you got going on. I'm really over them in this playing with Karen in this, driving situation. I've really had enough of it, Diva. Like, I've really had enough of it. And especially for the ladies who have in the past had issues with the things that they've dealt with and, they couldn't talk about it, but you keep pushing Karen to talk about this. Like, I'm just really over it. So that whole dinner scene was just ending on a hot mess. What are your thoughts?
So, yeah, this is still night 1 at Lake Norman. Mm-hmm. And they're roasting Karen. They got her on a rotisserie. They got her on rotisserie, and they just cooking her.
Why, Diva? For what though? Like,
I don't know, but I will say this, that Mia tried to help Jacqueline, but when it comes to the Grand Dame, she the Grand Dame for a reason. Okay. One thing I could tell you with Karen, she know how to clap back and come back in. Okay. So yes, there's still talking about that, drunken phone call that Karen made. And yes, it is 3 years removed. And, Joy was the friend that was with Karen and Mia the night that this situation actually happened. And so Mia talked about she held on to it because she felt like, with Joy being here, it would be a more believable story because Joy could kind of collaborate the fact that this really did happen. But listen, child, listen, I'll tell you this. Between Ray and Ray and Karen, they've been going through it for a minute in their relationship. I'm actually a little shocked, Royaire, that this late in the game for them, they should be totally 100% like loving on each other because they're older. And for them to even be any infidelity rumors with them is kind of crazy. But I will say this, I do give Ray the side eye ever since they had that therapy session. And Karen, they asked Karen, she said, I can't see myself without Ray. She loved him. And Ray was like, he ain't sure. Listen, let me tell you something, Ray. Who taking you? Who taking you in?
What throws me is, Diva, the show's been on for what, 10 years? So 2014, 2013, somewhere around there. They came on the show having issues. So to be this far in, 10 years later, and we're still having these same issues, I'm all for marriage and I'm all for people staying together. But we may need to, look at things or rethink some things, or we just may need to be honest and say we have an open relationship and it is what it is. Let's just talk about it.
One or the other, right? One or the other, because I do agree with you on that, Roy. It's like, okay, why are we still here? And maybe that could be the cause. Ray not loving Karen could be the cause of her wanting to have some brown liquor, allegedly. Maybe it's his fault.
I mean, especially with everything that has gone on with Karen, we do know that, Karen's parents passed away. She was really, really close to her parents. And in my opinion, especially for women, I will say, I think when they have issues in their marriage, 9 times out of 10, mom is the first person that you go to. And for them to still be having a lot of issues, I don't think Karen may have that person to go to anymore, the person that she's used to going to anymore. And she is exhibiting those behaviors in other extracurricular activities that may not be good for her. And so I think it's time for some real individual therapy.
It is. And let me tell you, I thought it was reckless that Mia, I want to say Jacqueline and Ashley was like, Karen admitted to leaving the the restaurant drunk that night and then driving, and then Karen had to say, I pulled over and called my driver. I think they're being real reckless in terms of Karen, because this is a real thing. This is not for play. And they're being reckless on this TV with her drinking issues and DUI. I think they doing too much with this storyline. And I'm thinking, Karen, did you really need the money this bad? You maybe should have sat this one out. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if her trial already happened in real time, because we get delayed.
I thought she was suing them, right? I thought she was suing them as of right now.
She ain't suing them. She got to go to court. They threw all that out. She tried to say, they didn't properly search me or do something right. Girl, go sit down. You crashed into a whole house. You lucky to be alive. And we're not going to play games with it. And I love the Grand Dame, but we got to be for real, okay? Okay, come on, Tony. Accountability, Karen. Accountability. what we're not gonna do is that right there, okay? But I do think they're being reckless with this storyline with her. Listen, they got her on the rotisserie, like I said, Royaire, and they cooking her.
And I really feel that, Jacqueline, if you can't hold your own on camera, get off camera, because nobody should have to come to your defense because of something that you said. You started with Karen and you couldn't hold it down. That's why Mia had to jump in. Girl, get off the camera. Mia, like this whole Mia Jacqueline situation, I'm really, really over it, because Jacqueline can't even defend herself. And we're going to see that later on in this episode as well again. So, yeah. Stacey and JT.
TJ.
JT, TJ, it don't really matter anyway. Like,
no, you are absolutely
because
correct.
It's just okay. So, as we are moving on through the night, Stacey goes and calls TJ, you know, just to get a pop in, see how he's doing. He's checking in, she's checking in, and so what was really awkward to me was in that conversation, TJ said that he really wants, you know, Stacey to get connected to the ladies and to open up and to, you know, introduce me and all of this stuff.
He said,
but just last week, we were saying that we don't want to start anything until we finish something. Is that correct? Did I miss something? Okay. So, you know, they're talking, and so he said, well, how's the ladies doing? You know, tell them how I'm doing pretty much. And so, well, would you like to give the girl a happy birthday wish? Yeah. So he says hello to Wendy, happy birthday. And Wendy said, this is like puppy love down in Vacation Bible School. Take her out the group chat. And I want to be out the group chat too, Diva, because this was boring. Like it's not real to me. It's not giving real at all. And I think it's because you're trying to start a new situation, but you still got an old situation going on. And if he is as religious as he says he is, that has to be pulling on you. But we can't in one episode say we want to do the right thing, but then in the next episode say we want to do something else. It was just like, what are we doing? Your thoughts on that?
I'm trying to give Stacey a chance, right? Because
I like Stacey. I do like Stacey as a person.
Stacey. Yeah, I like Stacey.
Storyline, no.
No, storyline is the definite no. She gets an F for a storyline, so we could go ahead and put that out there, right? Mm-hmm. So, but we do know this: her husband wasn't going to be, her estranged husband wasn't going to be involved in this in no way, shape, or form. He was happy that she got a job, so perhaps when the time for them to split, he could give her less money because he can claim that she has a job. So I think that's why he was in agreement with her doing it. And because she didn't have a storyline, he agreed that, you know, she could show Arabella every now and then, but not too much, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what the ex or estranged husband agreed to in my mind. So there's her and Stacey and TJ. You know, they're awkward. I think that's what the problem we're having with those two. They're awkward. They don't really seem connected. They seem disjointed. And the conversation that she FaceTimed him with, it wasn't worth our time, and it was weird. So he's like, hey, I know you're not going to tell me that you love me and whatever and miss me or whatever. Then she goes, yeah, I do. I love you, whatever the case may be. And so he met Jazzy and said happy birthday to Wendy, you know, via FaceTime. And all I can say is that if he's so Christian-like, then you tell her that we're not going to do nothing, or we can't even really date until you are properly divorced and disconnected from your husband. Okay. Yes, it does, Lexi. It feels forced. It feels like, listen, I'm on this show. I need a storyline. How about I give you $10,000 and you show up for me every now and then, and we gonna pretend that I'm dating? Because even when I go back to the scene when they was in the gym together, it was like no chemistry. It was weird. It was the FaceTime call, weird. It was just, you know, yeah. Felicia said select the religion. I cannot.
It was. It just.
Not,
It was
not
not.
selective, not selective religion.
I was so confused because last week we were just so holier than thou, and we could barely hug, we couldn't touch, we couldn't do anything, and now we want to lean in, as you said. He said, like, we doing too much. We doing way, and it's just not coming off authentically. It's not coming off authentic at all.
Not it is not. It is not at all. And it's weird, but we're going to, because we like Stacey and she's something different and refreshing.
She is definitely refreshing.
She was refreshing. We gonna let her slide, but she gotta understand that you gotta do a little something so that you could come back next season, and you gotta do a little something so that we stay connected and interested in you. Because right now I'm not even middle ground. I'm a little bit below middle ground, meaning that if they don't bring her back next year, I wouldn't miss her.
No, so be it.
Yeah,
so be it. Yeah,
but Stacey, I feel like you need this check, and I want you to get this check because you're pretty. But step it up, girl. Step it up.
Honestly, and I think she has a lot to offer as well, but it's the same thing with Tia that we say. You have to be authentic when you get on this camera. You have to keep it real and be honest with us. And she's not giving us the full, true story of what she really has going on. So if she can pull out her storyline, you know, and it be authentic, then I can get with her coming back, you know, for another season. But like you said, if she doesn't make it back, it's not like she will be missed or anything like that. So
no. So before you move on, let me just share this right here. She's beautiful. Look at her, Arabella.
Oh,
she's gorgeous.
Yes,
she's gorgeous. But we need her mouth and her actions and her storyline to live up to how beautiful she is.
Yeah,
because she's gorgeous. Look at her. I think, you know, I like her. That's all I could say is, she's cute. I see she's mingling with people from other reality shows. That's our girl from, what is it, Love and Marriage?
Love and Marriage. DC.
Come on now with you. Come on now, Royaire. You be knowing. Yeah, so she in the streets mingling. She's gorgeous. She's pretty. Look at her. Come on, show the people your face, honey. Give it to them.
And it's flawless too. She is beautiful.
She's beautiful, but we do need Stacey to step it up, because right now, I don't know what we're getting from her. It's not much, but she is cute. Okay, and her daughter is adorable.
She's adorable.
Yeah, she's going to be tall like her mom. I think the dad is tall too. So it's nice to see she gets to hang out with her daughter, because I felt like the husband, you know, the daughter lived with the husband. But go ahead, carry on, because I don't want to cut off Royaire. It's Sunday.
Yeah, no, go. You know, so if you want to do these next two scenes with Mia in the breakfast, because I just have notes, jotations that I have, but I don't have the actual.
Yeah, yeah, of course. So first, before we move on to day 2, the group stayed up past midnight to usher in Wendy's birthday. I was like, all right, y'all. I mean, this is the best we get into on the Real Housewives of Potomac. But they stayed up to usher in you know, Wendy's birthday. I thought it was cute. And you know, but Karen always got to throw a dig, because she said when she was in her 40s and she had her 40th birthday, she was out dancing, partying. She was like, okay, though, we're going to sit here and be in our pajamas and just wait for midnight to hit so we can say happy birthday to Wendy. Then it is what it is. But Wendy made a little speech. It was cute. I thought her confessional was nice, you know, saying that pretty much she, what do you call it? She did everything she wanted to do. Like, she has no regrets. She's 40. She's not looking back saying, oh, I wish I was married. And she does. She has a beautiful, gorgeous family. And now what I will tell you this, Eddie loves Wendy. From what we see, Eddie loves Wendy. It's not no
Do you think there's something? Do you think there's something to that?
No. I think they straight up are a really good, genuine couple that loves each other, and they're having fun together, and they're enjoying this journey that they are on, you know, with the reality show and everything else they're doing. And I do believe, I mean, Gizelle is on her best behavior this season, but I think Gizelle is on her best behavior because she got a warning. And I think the warning was real to her because they let her bestie go. Where every other year I felt like she was able to talk them into making her bestie stay. I think her bestie being gone, Candace being gone, she realized that is real and everybody is replaceable. So I feel like Gizelle is on her best behavior, right? So but I brought that up to say that I always did think, yeah, come on, Felicia, Gizelle is on probation. You ain't never lied. That's exactly what she's on. She's on probation. So I always felt like there was jealousy amongst the people that Wendy legit had a true relationship with her husband. That's just my thought on that. So yeah, so let's go ahead and roll into day 2 at Lake Norman. Lake Norman in this mansion, I'm loving it, right? So it's Wendy's birthday. They're all coming down for breakfast. And this is where it got down with the got down. Okay. So Mia, you know, she had already defended Jacqueline. Help defend Jacqueline. And so you know, and then so a lot went on at that table. So Kiara felt like she had to let the people know, like, why are y'all on Karen's neck? Why are y'all doing this to Karen? And so, you know, Mia just was like, you know, she said something to Kiara, and then she says to Kiara, well, let's talk about your drug dealer boyfriend. Kiara liked to die. She was like, what are you talking about? She said, my boyfriend now, he got a business. He's an entrepreneur. He's doing this, that, and the other. And, you know, Ashley always got to throw her little 2 cents in. And Ashley was like, yeah, the streets was talking that, yeah, at one time you had a drug dealer boyfriend. She was like, well, you know, now I'm good. I got my man. And then Kiara asked Mia about her past, and Mia said, yeah, that's right, I was a stripper. She said, but I didn't have to go to the streets, you know, because she again going back to this drug dealer boyfriend. And then that's when Kiara said, well, being a stripper, that is the street. You can't go no lower than that. So those two went back and forth. It was a whole hot mess. And then it was a discussion with everybody about you know, what was it? They was discussing, hey y'all, we see y'all out there. Hey, Winter. It was discussion, you know, with everybody about bringing up people past and who's right and who's wrong. And Jacqueline, I just feel like Jacqueline seems so awkward in her conversation. It's almost like she can't hold her own.
She doesn't fit. This is not the group for her. You don't fit here. And neither does Mia. Mia, if we really keep it real, Mia don't fit. Like, y'all are the hoes of the group. Let's just keep it honest now. And the funny thing is, how can you talk about somebody else's lifestyle when, Mia, you have a whole issue going on in your lifestyle? You slept with a married man. You stole this man from his wife. Then you got pregnant. And then you went back to your ex that you was with from high school to still be married to your husband. Like, what are we talking about here? How dare you judge anybody else and what they got going on? And your whole life is out here on TV. I'm sorry, but being a hoe, let's call it what it is, literally.
Messy. And Raheem said a birthday breakfast about drug dealers and strippers. Shaking my head. Woo, child. That sums it up right there. You ain't never lied. It was a whole hot mess. But the part that threw me for a loop was Kiara. So, you know, she got emotional about them bringing up this drug deal, and I think her emotions was already on high from that. But Mia did go low. Mia called her stitches, which was out of order. Mia called her stitches, and then Ashley wanted to ask her about the scar. Once that scar was mentioned, Kiara lost her natural mind. She said, you don't ask me about my scar. You don't ask me on nothing. And, you know, Ashley was like, but you got a skincare line. I was just trying to see if your skincare line, you know, helped diminish your scar. And I'm paraphrasing whatever. Kiara lost it. And then Jazzy was like, girl, don't you see that you can still see the scar on her head? She said, are you blind? And Ashley was like, no, I really didn't see it. Kiara runs off, dramatic. She runs off. Wendy had to get up and go after her, and she was like, "Dad, she better not ask me, don't ask me about no scar because of her and her friends. That's why I got this scar on my head." It was just a whole hot, flaming mess, and it's supposed to be Wendy's birthday breakfast. And then Stacy kills me because Stacy was like, "It's her birthday."
Wait a minute. Okay, wait. Because, okay.
Be nice.
I said, poor Wendy. Wendy said that this was the best 40th birthday she ever had, right? How could this been the best? Because this was the worst breakfast I've ever been at, okay? The Stitches comment, I mean, so I see that the spirit of just evilness and bullying and rudeness is still surfacing around the world, because that was horrible. And especially for it to have been Ashley's friend who was a part of her getting her stitches, she knew better than to make that comment. Why would you say that? Just why? I cannot with the... I just personally feel that Ashley is doing a lot of pointing of the finger this season because she's trying to keep all of the attention off of her and what she got going on. And it's really starting to get on my nerves. One season, you're cool with Karen, you're trying to cover her, but then through the rest of the season, you want to slide her and cut her. And, Ashley's behavior, and you know who used to say this all the time? Shan. I don't know if Shan is in the building, but Shan always used to talk about how shisty and shady and dirty Ashley is. And she's truly showing it this season. Even when she put out Stacy's business about the boyfriend, she had no business bringing that to a group table conversation, knowing that nobody else knew about it. I'm really kind of getting sick of Ashley. Really getting sick of her.
Belize, you are correct. Y'all know Ashley was wrong for that. She was trying to prove that there was no scar, no case. I do believe Ashley was trying to do that, and she was trying to be messy because although she wants to say for the show she don't speak with Deborah anymore and those particular people, she knows that she still does. And her friend who never had no money in the first place, but she wanted to come to somebody's set being gangster, now she caught up in a real live lawsuit and she gonna have to pay. So she better get herself a second job, a third job. I don't care what she do, but you gonna have to pay, Kiara, because you came near on one at that GNA event last year and you was being messy. Now,
was it giving dramatic though?
Well, Kiara's dramatic. Yeah, it was very dramatic. I was like, girl,
you
don't ask me about my scar.
I think she's too sensitive for this show. And I think we need to have Jazzy replace her because Jazzy would have never.
Oh shoot! I'll be replacing Kiara already. Well, oh wait, listen. Then that's when Mia was being messy too. I don't like when other cast members want to kind of punk people about not having a flute, not being a full-time cast member, because you was in that position at one point too. So don't do that. I don't like that. I think it's wrong. So she went there. She really was coming for Kiara because she went there with the flute about Kiara. And then, they was about to try to do a toast and bring back happiness to Wendy's birthday breakfast. But Cameron said, hold on, no, I want to, she said, not trying to be messy, but I want to say one more thing. Karen is petty Betty, okay? And so Karen was like, she said, Jacqueline, what about the 25? She said, you and PP, y'all good? And Jacqueline looking, because Jacqueline, got caught off guard. And she's like, yeah. She said, oh, yeah, well, what about the 25 charges?
Baby, I said this is the Grand Dame right here that we know and love, okay? Baby, listen, don't you ever forget when you have done Karen wrong, because when you least expect it, baby, she coming back full circle and gonna run laps around you. And she ran laps around Jacqueline last night. She ran laps around her.
She ran laps around her. And Jack, to the point where Jacqueline got up and had to go sit by Mia because she
your 25 charges, with the internal investigation, but he was still fired, but he got another job, and this was 6 or 7 years ago. Baby, It don't matter if it was 15 years ago. Don't you come for Karen and think she not gonna pull back the receipts, baby, because she gonna pull them.
And wait, not only that, and she said, and I heard you left him because of those charges. Child, don't mess with Karen. Don't mess with Karen. And then wait. The ultimate was when Jacqueline thought she was going to do a recovery moment, and she was like, you know, Patrick, when I speak to him, he always say he loves Karen. Don't mess with Karen. Karen said he speak to you.
Yeah. When I tell you, Karen got a punch after punch after punch. She coming for the knockout, okay? She coming for the knockout, and she did the knockout at the table.
Oh, it was a TKO. It was a TKO. She said, Patrick don't even speak to you.
She and honey, Jacqueline all the way out. All the way out.
The whole table gasped, okay? Not your baby daddy don't even speak to you.
Little Stacy says, stop poking the bear.
Child, I like to die. I said, Karen is petty Betty. No, she was like, oh, y'all want to play with me? She is pissed at Jacqueline for Jacqueline trying to tell the group that she called her drunk after this DUI. No, she says she came for her jugular. And then she ended it saying she's God's baby. Jacqueline said she's the devil. Jacqueline was like, you're the devil. She said, no, I'm God's baby. She said,
grand dom. Get into it, okay? This is what you call grand doming. She grand domed that night, okay?
She did. She's
I mean, Jacqueline couldn't even have it. There was nothing to come back to because Jacqueline they needed the defibrillator, literally, because she laid her out.
She laid out. It was a TKO for sure. And Karen won one round. She won round 1 through 12. And then in the 12th round, she knocked her out. When she said, Patrick don't even speak to you, I say, yeah, Karen gave her the business for sure.
Child.
Yeah.
I was here for it. It was hilarious.
Oh, yes. They are definitely trying to get Karen convicted. Because they doing too much. They are doing way too much. Way too
much. And especially for some of them on the cast who have been in situations, like I said earlier, and they know what it's like being in those type of situations where you can't talk about it. It's legal. You know, there are serious repercussions behind it. The fact that they keep still pushing and pushing and pushing, it just makes me feel that I wish Karen would have set this season out. I really wish she would have set this season out because they are putting her in a situation that's going to possibly cause her freedom, as you said earlier. So,
yeah, it's scary to me. And I'm just like, y'all playing too much. And now all of these, like the courts know, they have people to look at social media to tell them what's going down. It's like, yo, what are you doing here? This is crazy. But Karen chose to come through, so she gonna get what she getting. She gonna get what she getting. And I don't know if she asked the people to leave this off, but it probably wouldn't help because I'm sure if you ask them to leave something off, that's when they're gonna really make sure that they add it to the show. Yeah. But it's messy.
And what I will say is because Karen said this, she does not like taking the girls down. But, she got to do what she got to do. When you coming for the Grand Dame, she will slay you, okay? Get information.
Yeah, it was a TKO for sure.
Wow. That was a lot.
Yeah, so you want me to go to the next scene? So the next scene is Mia and Jacqueline, they sit poolside and they're talking. And Mia starts out saying that, Karen is a tough cookie to crack pretty much. But Mia says she don't even want to talk about that with Jacqueline. She wants to talk about her and Gordon's situation. And she pretty much saying that, Gordon is, Gordon, his feelings are all over the place, right? And they would be. Why? Because one, you're living in the building with your estranged wife, and she's not living with you. She's living with her man on another floor and your kids. And sometimes y'all do stuff together, like you're a threesome. Other times y'all doing stuff separate. He got to see all of Mia's social media, and her social media is her in, ink. So, and then imagine you was first on Potomac with your wife, and now your wife is on Potomac with her boyfriend, and y'all not even divorced yet. It's messy and it's really not fair, right? So, but they're talking, and Jacqueline tells Mia pretty much like, look, you are still doing things with Gordon, and he's still in love with you. You can't do that because it's not fair to him. You're still telling him that you love him. You still, she's taking care of him. And so, he's like the paid nanny, but even though he's the father, and Gordon is in a very peculiar situation where he needs Mia to subsidize his lifestyle or maybe pay for his whole lifestyle. So he got to kind of take, unfortunately, whatever he gets from her. But see, you know what they say, when you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes, because he was allegedly married, right, when he met Mia, and he left his wife for Mia. And now look at his life. The tables have turned, and look where he's at now. So just like you broke somebody's heart years ago, now your heart is broken. And not only is it broken, you are broke. So it's really a messed up place to be in. And so Jacqueline did tell, Mia, she needs to stop telling Gordon that she loves him, because Gordon is still in love with her. So it's not the right time or place now. And then also, Jacqueline said that, Mia is spoiled. And she's probably likes having the best of both worlds. She got Gordon there, so when she needs to go somewhere, she send the kids downstairs, go to daddy house. And me and Ink are gonna go party. And then when she get back home, and it's a mess. What are your thoughts? It's just a hot mess.
I agree with Felicia D. Mixed messages. There are so many mixed messages being sent. Jacqueline is probably the best worst friend that you can ever have. Jacqueline is going to tell you the truth, but then Jacqueline is still going to side with you on all of your BS that you do. And that is exactly what happened in that conversation. Though she told Mia, you need to stop telling you love him, you need to stop depending on him so much and all this stuff, but you're not really telling Mia, if you may. You're still kind of backpedaling in your stuff, because when Mia will say, well, I know, but then, da-da-da-da-da, well, but then, da-da-da, she'll come up with the excuses, and then you'll follow through with the excuses to make what Mia is doing okay. She's a horrible friend, in my opinion. That's just my thought, my opinion. I would not want my friend to support me, but then not support me at the same time. Like Felicia, it was giving mixed messages. And I don't understand why this friendship is so important to us as the TV viewers. Why do we need Jacqueline and Mia, if you may?
Well, I feel like without Jacqueline, even though they claim Jacqueline is a sidekick to Mia, I feel without Jacqueline, Mia doesn't have much either, right? I mean, she got this thing with Ink and Gordon, but people are not really feeling the way things are going down between Gordon, Ink, and her, especially when she's playing on the kid, saying that they want a paternity test and all of that. So I think when she goes on these trips and everything else, what does Mia really have, right? So I think that they kind of are dependent upon each other. But Jacqueline doesn't know how to hold her own. She's not reality TV gold.
No.
When you think of reality TV gold, we have to go look at one of the goats, and that's Phaedra Parks. Whether you like her or you don't like her, Phaedra Parks know how to do reality TV. And maybe Phaedra Parks needs to throw some classes on the side, have some Zoom meetings. If you about to go on the reality TV, have a conversation with me, and I'll give you a couple of tips on how you're going to survive that thing, do that thing, to make sure they call you back for the next season.
Period.
period. So I don't know. This is, Jacqueline, I'm going to give her opportunity because she was here, then she left, then she came back. So there was no kind of continuity. So let's see how she does the rest of this season and let her come back the next season. And then we'll see if she's really going to be able to get a hang of this and will be worth her salt. But right now, I feel like you can make me, Jacqueline, cry in the blink of an eye. And if Mia didn't step in and help her, Jacqueline definitely would have never recovered and got up from her knockout. Yeah. Okay, because it's Mia
trauma bonding.
Yeah, Mia backs her up every time. So now we'll move on to the next scene with Gizelle's twins graduating. If I gotta say anything positive about Gizelle, I feel Gizelle, for what it seems like, a very good mother. Her daughters are absolutely beautiful and amazing. I like the way that when she talks about her daughters, just how she's there for the daughters. I feel for her with her father. I definitely know what that is like, unfortunately. And then, I will give it to Jamal Bryant. When there are milestone moments, he's in the building. He's in the building. So I will also give it to them too as a couple. They have managed to co-parent in a healthy way that they're putting forth to us on the TV, but I think they actually do that. So I like it. I love the snippets that they showed, and I get what she's saying, because me too, with my son, I feel like I hit the lottery. She said, I feel like I hit the lottery with all three of y'all. I want to say bravo to Gizelle for being a great mom. And yes, and showing us that on TV. And one thing I love about these reality shows, Royaire, is I love when we see the progression and the growth of their children on the TV. To see where Gizelle started with the girls and to see them now, absolutely beautiful. And I'm hoping that all reality TV can get back to that. Show us that, because to me, that's what I admire. That's what I love. So definitely bravo to Gizelle and the girls in the graduation. I loved it. I loved every minute of that scene.
I loved it as well. I think that's what ties me so much to, off topic but related, Married to Medicine, Real Housewives of Atlanta, but specifically Married to Medicine. Everyone is still married to their original partner except for Quad. We've seen the children grow up, and that is what I like. Just seeing the family transition in real time is such a beautiful thing. And we have seen Gizelle's family transition in real time. We met the girls, the twins, when they were in middle school. Her and Jamal were not on the best of terms at that point in time. But to get to this point to where the girls are an adult, her and Jamal have a very beautiful co-parenting situation from what we can see from the outside looking in. Even for Jamal to speak of Gizelle's dad in such a positive way that he did. We know Gizelle's dad was not a big fan of Jamal, but for him to still, show the respect to him, it was a beautiful scene, beautiful girls, and I think they are going to be really good, productive members of society. And that's what we need going forward, in this world that we're in. We need productive members of society. So I thought it was beautiful. I think the girls are beautiful, and I am excited to see where Gizelle is going to go from here going forward.
I like it. Yeah, I do. I also do. So it was a great scene. So then we got we kind of talked about at the breakfast how they talked about Kiara, the drug dealer boyfriend, which was crazy. And Wendy said she wanted to jump out of a plane. That's the one thing she kind of wanted to do. And then Ashley backtracked to her first date with what's her estranged husband name again? Why is his name slipping on my mind?
Nameless.
Yeah. Well, you know how her first date, they jumped out of her plane and they kind of showed that scene. And then Mia talking about her first doctor's office. She wanted to take them there, and she worked with some doctor, McDaddy. I was just like, really though? And they told us too how Gizelle called. Well, they showed us how Gizelle called Wendy for her birthday. I still have to get used to this. It just seems so weird to me, Gizelle being human. Like, she went, Wendy couldn't touch her. She couldn't stand Wendy. She would never talk to Wendy again. And now she's calling Wendy saying happy birthday and she's dancing. Like, I don't know what to do about that. But it's just crazy.
I mean, Gizelle, she needs anchors in the show. Her girl is gone. Her anchor is gone. And she has Ashley, but she needs a strong-minded person to really anchor with her. Yeah. And Wendy is that strong-minded girl. Her and Karen have continuous up and downs all the time, so she can't really anchor into Karen because, Karen's trying to boot her out the kingdom at any time. So her safest bet is to be with Wendy to anchor down and to build that strong, tight relationship to continue to stay on. Because if we really look at it, Wendy is probably one of the only girls outside of Karen who is married, has children. It's giving Real Housewife. So, you got to anchor into where it's really at. Wendy going skydiving. I would love to go skydiving. That is something that I would like to do. I preferably would like to do it in my 30s. So I am definitely looking forward to that. I think that is going to be a great time.
Well, listen, go ahead. You go ahead and do your I will not be there with you. But yeah,
liberating, Diva. Like I feel like if I could do something like that, I could do anything. It would just brighten my horizons.
Take the video, show me the picture. And I'm going to enjoy it with you that way, okay? So now we got where Mia, Ashley, I want to say, who was it? Mia, Ashley,
Jacqueline.
And Jacqueline. They're going through, they stepped off to the side and they're going through the charges against Karen. Horrific. Karen, first of all, she should have never got caught with a DUI because she shouldn't have never been on the road in the first place, even if she was sober. Her paperwork wasn't in order. And I'm just like, Karen, this is horrible. And I love you, Grandam. She my girl. But no, it was like, and listen, and Karen killed me because she was at the breakfast table like that hair, but child, they was going through the charges, and it was like, it was crazy. And so when Stacey walked in, Stacey is so innocent and so like naive. And she walked in and they're like, this is what you're defending? And she's like clutching her invisible pearls like, oh my God. So now she comes out and she was like, Karen, I got to talk to you. And Karen is sitting there like, yeah, what's going on? What's up? Well,
she was so bothered.
I know. She was like, well, she didn't know how to tell Karen. She said, well, they said I shouldn't be defending you. And they would show me all the charges. And right away, Karen's like, I can't talk about that. But I ain't mad because this public information girl's going up to. She said, so then she hit her on to the side. She hit Karen on to the side. She said, well, girl, they also said you agreed that you needed to go to rehab for your alcoholism.
These girls need to be smacked down. How dare y'all get up on the camera and read off all 9 charges of Karen's charges? How dare y'all? And you know who I'm most disappointed in, for real? I'm disappointed in Ashley, because Karen has supported Ashley in a lot of stuff that was not okay. She said, should I be concerned? Somebody in the streets, okay?
Felicia, that's exactly what she said. Should I be concerned? Listen, no, yes, you should be concerned. That's a lot of charges. And they said you want to go to rehab. She playing games and she got to go to court, Royaire.
Playing too many games. Karen should have took a break off and set this season out. It ain't like they wouldn't have brought her back for the next season. But, I think it's very disappointing. I am disappointed in Mia, Jacqueline, and Ashley for, portraying this story that Karen is just this monster that goes around drinking and driving and just being a horrible person, and there is no excuse to Karen's behavior at all. She should not be drinking and driving. She got plenty of money not to, and she should have her stuff in order. But we all make mistakes, and Mia and Jacqueline are the last people, okay, to call out anybody for their mistakes. So I just don't get it. I really, really don't get it.
But she on mistake number 2, a very serious mistake. And this time, Royaire, listen, she crashed into a whole house. and listen.
You ain't nothing. You trash. No, she crashed into a whole house.
She did. And listen, Royaire. Let me say this to you. There's plenty of people in the world. Karen got to enjoy her parents all the way deep into her adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
There are people out there who their parents died giving birth to them. Their parents died way before they was in adulthood. There are teenagers now taking care of their siblings because their only parent is gone. So I get it. Raheem is a fool. He said a whole house fully furnished in the back.
That's all right.
You didn't have to do that. That's so messy. That's messy.
Oh
it's messy. But listen, it's true. But it's messy. But so all I'm saying is I get it that her parent is gone. Her parents are gone, but she can't keep drinking and driving allegedly and blaming it on the fact that her parents are gone. Like we can't be doing this. No, because that would be everybody, Royaire. Well, my husband is gone. Now I'm gonna drink and drive and potentially kill some people. Well, my boyfriend left me. Every life happens to everybody. Life be lifing. So we cannot talk about and because this is the second time where she blamed whatever behavior on, the fact that her parents are no longer here. We can't keep doing that. Life don't work like that. We're going to need you to go to therapy.
Get some therapy. You got to grow up. You need to divorce your husband if that's the case and get you a happier life. Yeah,
right.
I totally agree. It's no excuse at all. I'm not going to say that there are any excuses for Karen's behavior. Karen is well over the age of knowing better than what she's doing. So there's just no excuse. But I just want them to stop. Just stop. Let's stop talking about this. Let's move on. Let's figure out something else to talk about. Let's really, really stop. Who called? Who said that Mia looked like she got rocks thrown in her face?
Now, Kiara, but you know what though? Kiara was shooting shots because if you want to bring up the fact that maybe I dated a drug dealer at one point, then you open the floodgates.
Yeah.
You open the floodgates. Yeah, she went in on Mia, and I tried to ignore that. I said,
No, we was not going to.
I said, Yeah.
I said that rocks.
She went in on Mia, and that was the ugliest breakfast known to mankind.
Oh my God. It was so long, and I was just like, oh my God, so much happened, and this was Mia's birthday breakfast. Like, this is how we starting off the morning. And Wendy. Wendy asked us the night before, if there are any issues, can we talk about them now, get them off the way, because I want to have a peaceful birthday. And they opened up the birthday being messy, literally.
Opened it up messy. But see, what's her name? Jacqueline should have known better. When she sat down next to Karen, I was like, well, this problematic. But Karen, she got that butter real quick and went over there and sat by Mia.
Yeah, but I just don't understand. And that's why I can't figure out exactly why Jacqueline is here, because like I said, she never holds her own. Even in that first season that she was here, she just could never. Mia always got to come in and be Captain Save a Ho. So I mean, does Mia really need her for real? For real? Like,
she.
I feel like she has enough friendship and battle in Ashley to let's just be a buddy with Ashley. I'm really over.
Well,
Jacqueline.
let's be clear. She can definitely survive without Jacqueline. She definitely can. If that is the question, can she survive without Jacqueline? 100%. Can Jacqueline survive without Mia? Absolutely not. I don't even know if Jacqueline can do a scene on her own, because even when she's talking, she's not clear on her words. She seems nervous. She seems like whatever she's saying is being rehearsed. Okay. And what I mean by that is she seems like, even with the when they had the Airbnb Inc. and then Jacqueline and PP came over. She's like, oh, I call him PP because of this, and also because he has a big PP.
Go away from us with this, Apollo, please.
Go away, especially when Mia says in the confessional that Patrick done did her dirty over and over and over again, and Mia is still hanging on for dear life. I mean, Jacqueline is still hanging on for dear life.
I mean, but they both in the same area, so
yeah. But you won't do me dirty, but for so much for you. No, we ain't doing all that.
Well, overall, what did you think about this episode? Where are you rating this episode on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'll give it an 8.
Okay.
I'll give it an 8. And I give it an 8 because I like the fact that now we're not just having like ridiculous arguments for no reason. It's no hate. We're not dealing with this colorism thing. It's just it's refreshing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's refreshing. It's something new. Now I don't like, but Karen, you signed up for this grand dame, and I'm surprised at you. I don't like that they railroading her. Literally, they are helping the courts throw her underneath the bus. Her lawyers are going to have to. The lawyers are going to have to work overtime. The only thing I could think of, Roy, is maybe they just not saying it because of, they want the season to play out. But I feel like hopefully her case is already settled, and they're going to see this afterwards. But if her case is not settled yet, God help Karen, because honey, the courts will eat this alive. Because they was like, oh, we caught you saying that you get in the car drunk, and then I was like,
or maybe it could be a situation that all of the evidence has been received, so no more evidence is being taken in. Maybe.
Oh, you could always add evidence.
Oh, okay.
Well, if we didn't hit the gavel yet, and charge you, you could always be like, Your Honor, we got some new, fresh evidence right from her show, where they saying she was a known drunk.
Oh my God. Overall, I agree with you. I think this was an 8 for the episode. I thought, that coming down to Lake Norman was a beautiful trip. I think the ladies are really giving us, TV this season. There's drama, there's emotion, there's, mess. I really like the new ads of the cast, except for Korea. Oh Lord Jesus, Kiera. I don't like Kiera. I just don't feel that she's reality TV. I don't see it. It's not giving. Even in her dramatic exit, it just was not giving. It was giving you doing too much. Just stop. But I really like Stacey. I really like Jazzy, and the girls are coming through. They're holding their own. They really, really are. I'm loving, as you said earlier, this softer side of Gizelle, this more humanistic side of her. It's really nice to, see a change in her, because she's pretty much been the same the 10 seasons that we've been watching her, and it has not been nice. So it's nice to see that her and Wendy are coming together. And I think I'm calling for Ashley's exit.
All right. Okay. Why he ain't said not a known drunk? Listen, that's what they doing. They playing Karen out. They playing Karen out. They are playing that out big time. But listen, Potomac comes on again tonight. So Roy and I are going to try to commit to actually recap it tomorrow. Don't hold us to that, but we trying. Okay, we doing the best we can. Okay. But we're gonna recap it. And we're going to recap. Yeah, go ahead. We're going to recap episode 4, 5, and 6. We behind on Tia. But listen, fret not us being behind on the Tia Mowry next act, because it's okay.
It is okay, but it's a little stuff going on too. Listen, y'all, we got to support us, okay? Especially in the times that we are preparing to enter. We got to support us. So if you have not been watching my next act, you can catch that on WeTV on Friday nights. You can also catch it on All Black. I watch it on the All Black network. But yes, we're going to recap episodes 4, 5, and 6. Tia had a breast cancer scare. You know, she's dating. You know, her daughter is preparing to possibly be an actress. It's a lot going on. So it's not, you know, giving Bravo TV, you know, or drama TV, but it's, you know, something different. So join us. What you say about 4:30, maybe 4:30ish? Okay. 4:30 here, back at this place again. Remember to hit the like button on this channel. Sunday night tonight, 8 p.m. Real Housewives of Potomac. So make sure you stay tuned into that as well. Hit the like button, share. Anything else, Auntie?
No, we good. Thank y'all for being here.
Love y'all.
Good night and bye, everybody.
See y'all at 4:30.
Yes.